Don't forget to go to ashkicking.com for pound the best home health and beauty fragrance products.
Hi, you're watching Deontay's Boxing Nation. Woo!
Yes, sir. Let me dig into your brain. Folks falling like...
Deontay's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So I read this headline that reads, Lomachenko says, I will destroy Guillermo Rigondeaux like a tank. I'm thinking, oh man, the fight is about to happen. It's about to go down. But unfortunately, damn near in the same paragraph that Lomachenko said this, he also made it sound like he had no interest at all in facing Rigo. Let me quote exactly what Loma had to say. Quote, first of all, let me tell you, I am not asking to fight him. I don't need him. He's asking to fight me. He wants, but he has to understand, if he's going to step in the ring, I'm going to destroy him just like a tank. End quote. Now, and I think when it comes to all of us that have really been watching boxing for quite some time, I think we know when we hear someone say things like, he wants to fight me, he's calling me out, I don't really need him. If you've been watching boxing long enough, then you know the translation to that is, I really have no interest in facing Rigo. That's pretty much what Lomachenko just said, and that's really disappointing, man. Because you seldomly ever see two fighters on the level of Lomachenko and Guillermo Rigondeaux in the ring at the same time. I mean, when you think about the fact that Vasyl Lomachenko, he called out Tank Davis after Tank Davis's last fight, but when Rigo calls him out, he says, well, he wants to fight me. I don't need him. You see, he wants to fight me. This is not making any sense, but one thing this does confirm is that, like I said at the beginning of the video, this is coming from the horse's mouth. This is not coming from Bob Arum. This is not coming from Lomachenko's manager, Igor Klimas. This is coming directly from Vasyl Lomachenko. So like I told you guys before, I was giving Loma the benefit of the doubt. I thought before that maybe it was more of just Bob Arum, but now we know Lomachenko does not really have an interest in facing, pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world. What makes this even crazier is you can clearly see that Vasyl, he has a lot of respect for Rigo, because Rigo, once again, is the older, smaller fighter. And yet Vasyl still has no interest in fighting him. That lets you know how good Rigo is. Something else I noticed. Notice that Vasyl Lomachenko, he didn't try to use any cliche excuses why he doesn't want to fight Rigo. Like, he didn't say, oh, he's just boring, nobody wants to watch him. He didn't even say that. All Vasyl said is, Rigo wants me, but I don't need him. I mean, I just don't understand. How do you say, I'll destroy this man, but I don't need him? He wants me, but I don't need him. How do you say all that in the same paragraph? Once again, it's crazy when you really think about the fact that Rigo was willing to move up 2 weight classes as the much older, smaller, shorter fighter. I'm telling you guys, before Rigo started aggressively calling out Loma, I thought it would be an extreme uphill battle for Rigo to beat Lomachenko, with Loma having so many natural advantages. But now when you look at Rigo's confidence, and then when you look at the way Loma is responding and reacting, it suggests that Rigo might even be the favorite if they were to fight. I mean, certainly it would be a 50-50 fight, but wow, you really have to question how much respect Loma has for Rigo. And you know, since we're talking about fighters turning down certain opponents, I think this is a real good time to bring up the Deontay Wilder situation by way of contrast. Because of course, you have a lot of decafs that would love to compare this situation to the Deontay Wilder situation. If you really think about it, it's the complete contrary. Because when it comes to Deontay Wilder is calling out the man that beat the man that is calling him out. So let me go ahead and explain that. Deontay Wilder, he's calling out the best heavyweights in the division. He's calling out Anthony Joshua, who stopped Dillian Whyte. He's calling out Joseph Parker, who's another undefeated heavyweight champion, right? In this situation right here, you have a pound-for-pound champion, Guillermo Rigo, calling out another pound-for-pound champion, much bigger champion, Vasyl Lomachenko. So my point is, Deontay Wilder turning down Dillian Whyte is nowhere near the same thing as Vasyl Lomachenko turning down pound for pound, top 3, one of the best fighters in the whole wide world. Now imagine if Deontay Wilder was turning down an Anthony Joshua fight, but he wanted to fight Dillian Whyte. What would fans say? Fans would say, oh, you want to fight the guy that Anthony Joshua already knocked out, but you don't want to fight Anthony Joshua? That's exactly what fans would say, right? Deontay Wilder wants to fight the best heavyweight. Guillermo Rigo wants to fight the best pound-for-pound opponents available. Lomachenko is one of the best fighters in the world pound-for-pound right now. But this is not a good look for Lomachenko, guys. This is not a good look for Lomachenko. You want to fight Tank Davis, who just became champion, but you don't, or you're not really showing that much of an interest in fighting a guy that's been considered pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world for like the last 2 years? How does that make any sense? How does that make any sense? And it's extremely hypocritical for Loma to say he wants me. Like, I don't have to fight him just because he wants me. That makes no sense because Lomachenko, he wanted Tank Davis. So it's not adding up at all. Then Lomachenko says if there's no good fights at 130, he's going to move up to 135. And this is so ironic because this is exactly what Guillermo Rigo predicted on his Instagram. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and pull up that picture that Guillermo put on his Instagram. Well, first of all, let me go ahead and show you the picture that Lomachenko he put on his Instagram. So Lomachenko, he put this picture right here up on his Instagram of him just having a good time diving into the water. Now this is the picture that Guillermo Rigo put up in response to this picture. So as you can see in this picture, he has Lomachenko diving in the water, and when you read the caption, it says, "Hurry up, Clemus, let's flight to 135 before Rigo gets here." Now, once again, Rigo, he posted this on his Instagram like, what, a week or 2 weeks ago? And now today, Lomachenko is saying, if there are no good fights at 130, we're moving to 135. No good fights at 130? When Rigo is willing to move up not 1, but 2 weight classes? No good fights? Now, we all know there's no way Lomachenko can be naive enough to believe or think that Jason Sosa or Mariaga is a bigger fight than Lomachenko versus Rigondeaux. I'm not even going to entertain thinking that this man is that damn naive, because he's not. Loma clearly knows what time it is, and so do we all. Hopefully Lomachenko, he ends up reconsidering and taking this fight, because this is once again the type of fight that boxing needs. This would be a huge fight. But once again, it doesn't sound like Loma is interested in taking the fight. Let's see what happens in the future. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.